Ooh. Oh my god. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a live show where we are going to talk about the the change, maybe forced, not forced. Is Tudor gonna act on the current situation at the club? You know, considering he's going to need to do play games without Bremer. Will that force his hand in changing anything as well? And then we will talk about the options we have, obviously, if we change or if we don't change as well. And then a little bit about Como because that's on Sunday already. But first off, how are you? How are you doing, Norbert?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I was watching a Portugal game against Hungary, and yeah, Hungary's better, I feel. But yeah, otherwise I'm okay. This the Bremen news, that's what we were afraid of since his return, and that we don't have another quality defender, and yeah, uh, and it struck us, and now let's see what happens because this is really scary.
It, well, it is scary. We're gonna talk about it. Is it the last day of international break? I'm not sure. I haven't watched football for
I think so. Yeah,
the
last
last
day.
game I watched was us against Milan. So feels good. You know, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna watch qualifiers. I'm not absolutely not going to do that. At least like maybe it's on the background somewhere I'm at, but I'm not gonna sit down to watch World Cup qualifiers. That's yeah. I mean that's not for me. Also because the football is just not good. You know, in general the games are not
Yeah,
good most of the times. You know, it's a blowout or it's just low quality all around the pitch. So happy that it's almost over, but then again, not so happy because we are going to play again and we have serious troubles. Serious. Well, we're in a bad situation. Like that's the only way how you can describe it right now because Bremer is out. He had a surgery. It was successful. His time out, and again, it's an estimation. It doesn't say like it's not from the club basically. You know, it's from news outlets based on doctors. It says 8 to 10 weeks, but it doesn't specify before you can actually get on the training pitch again. Like there's nothing really to go off, to be honest. You know, just like assume he's out to at least January, at least the bare minimum January,
yeah,
and then even it's not even sure that he can play games. So I'm assuming worst case scenario is basically not going to play a Champions League qualifying game again. You know, in my opinion, it's I mean like it's frustrating from a fan's perspective because again, who didn't see this coming? Again, nobody knew this was going to happen, but the possibility of these things happening were just extremely high. Same for Cabal, you know, not that it's a big miss, Cabal. It's more that we didn't replace these players. That's the miss, rather than having or not having Cabal available. But I think everyone saw this coming, besides the club, and they were happy with what they had. I'm assuming because when people say we do not have money, that's BS because we spent 40 plus on Openda basically. Like we had the money, we
yeah,
just made the decision to invest it in other areas. So I don't want to hear that at all. I don't want to hear that. Oh, but Rugani and Kostic are backups. Don't count them. No, because remember, I think you were on the show maybe in the summer. I was like, backups for me play about 10 games throughout the season, maybe.
yeah,
The backups we have are going to play 20 games or something. And I'm going to be right about it. And it's going to cost us. It's going to show. I remember I said it because it's shaped up like that. If Bremer goes down and Cabal wasn't fit either way, well, the next lines are Rugani. Like those are the players next in line. And on top of that, we already have players who are just not good enough to start either way if you have some ambition. So I mean, I, I don't know if do I need to ask you how much are we gonna miss Bremer because we've seen it last season and actually with Bremer this season as well. Not blaming him, we're not looking good as well at the back. So yeah.
yeah. Uh, so there are some problems. Okay, Bremer is quality, and we will miss him more than anyone, I feel like, from this squad. But the problem is that if we switch to a four-man defense, then those two defenders in the back has more to do than in a three-man formation, you know. So we're gonna see it more than there is no quality. We're gonna see it more that there is no quality at all in the back. I mean, in the middle, than in a three-man. But if we play a three-man, then we don't have three center backs that are I would put on the field at the same time. So it's
It's also a bigger risk to have three out there,
yeah,
knowing that
yeah,
two are already injured. You know.
yeah, exactly. So then Locatelli would need to play in that three-man, I feel, and that's not ideal, obviously. And just so scary. And we were crying about this for 1.5 year that we don't have we only have one quality center backs. And yeah, last year he got injured and we still didn't do anything. We only signed Renato Vega and Kelly in January, and yeah, now we can't do anything, and it's super scary. And yeah, that 8 to 10 weeks is at least 3 months in my book at Juventus for sure. So I think our season is done, to be honest.
Like in the summer when they were like, oh, they're taking precaution, and I was like, this is taking way too long. Like I had a vibe where it was like Chiesa, where he should have been back way earlier, you know, and it took ages. You know, why does it take ages at this club? And then it still goes wrong. It's not that it takes ages and the players, well, it's actually looking better. You know what? Good job. No, it takes ages, and the result is the same thing over and over and over again. You know, I was like, yeah, give him a rest. But then at one point in the summer, I was like, he's been out for way too long, in my opinion. But then Bremer came out and he said, actually, I tore up more things than just, you know, the one that has been reported. So I was like, okay, I guess, you know, it's worse than we could have thought, basically, or we believed. But it was very obvious that, like, which serious club goes into a new campaign and it's like, we're gonna bank our hopes now, like one on Bremer, who was out for like with a nasty injury, and Cabal, by the way, small sample size, and actually the sample size that is out there, he wasn't good at defending, and when he was back against Villarreal, it was a horror show. If he didn't get injured, he would have got subbed. You know, at one point, it was that bad. Again, I don't think he's that bad, but defensively, he's not a good player, Cabal. Like he's not a good defender, you know, and it is what it is. But the fact that the club was like, we have bodies but no quality, and they were okay with that, is insane to me. It really is insane. The more you sit back, the more you like, you kind of set us up to fail this season. Like you did set us up to fail, because right now, if it fails, like if we start playing if we start conceding goals even more and whatever, I mean, I find it hard to blame Tudor for blame it all on Tudor, because he has blame, because even when Bremer was out there, we were leaking goals. So it's not just Bremer in or out. But right now, if you ask Tudor, I don't think he's like, yeah, I like Rugani to play and Gatti to start and whatever. I don't think he wants these players actually to play and start. But he's out there right now, and he's going to need to figure it out with these players. Like you said, in a back two, they will have more work. But in a back three, you're risking one injury to have absolutely nobody available at one point. You know, so I think he's sitting there and he's like, what the hell do I need to do right now? Because right now, all that people have been saying about, oh, Rugani can do a job. Well, do the job right now. Like that's I think what people are talking about when they're like, he can do a job. Okay, do the job right now. I think that's Kelly has improved. People say, okay, show me the improvement right now. Now you need to show it, because now you are the guys that got to deserve the contract. Someone say, okay, now show why you deserve those contracts. And I want to be proven wrong, but I've seen it last season. I will not be proven wrong, because I've seen an entire season last season where it was bad. Even when Tudor came in, it wasn't good. People were just, but we didn't lose. We made top four. We scraped it. People forget that 15 minutes ago against Venezia, we weren't good at the back. Like, there's so much a coach can do. At the end of the day, the quality will show. And the quality is not good enough. And now it's just worse. Pairing it with the fact he was already struggling with Bremer. He was already struggling with Bremer in that team. And now,
Yeah.
yeah, now you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, figure it out.
I I don't know what to say. Since the Douglas Luiz signing, we said we should have signed a centre back, and I feel like it's still true. We should have signed a centre back instead of signing, for example, Consensao or whoever, or Openda. But no, now, yeah, I feel like we had enough players up front, to be honest. But now we don't have, and we didn't have quality, and now we still don't have quality, and now we don't even have numbers in the back, not just quality. So it's really scary. Hopefully now we have a new director of football. Maybe he can actually sign defenders. That would be awesome. But that's only in January, and this is October. So
In January, you can get Kelly, like those type of players. So
yeah,
is that gonna make an impact on us? No. Like, I don't want to wake up every Tutto Sport linking us to Skriniar. Like, what the hell is going on? Actually, when people talk, I report Gazzetta dello Sport, but I always give them an opinion. People are like, I'll stop it. They're hating Juve, and you're damaging the Juve community to bring up Gazzetta. Tutto Sport, who's a Juve outlet, talks about Skriniar. Isn't that damaging and actually disrespecting the Juve? Skriniar in 2025, I didn't even know he was still playing. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know he was still playing. And that's from a Juve outlet, So some are saying Gatti and Kalulu did a decent job last season. Yeah, there was an improvement, but the biggest problem, there was no backups whatsoever. They can do it again. I also think Gatti is better. But what are they going to do again? They weren't good last season. Again is not good enough. Again is a horror show of a season. Scraping top four. That's again. Yeah, they can do it again, I guess, but the again is low quality, extremely low quality is the again.
Yeah.
Like Kostic can do it again, what he did in his last, he can do it again. But that again was a horror show, if people remember that. Like, everyone can do it again, but the again was bad. It wasn't good last season. I don't think it was decent as well. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see how it was decent last season. Decent to me is not being 15 minutes away from missing out on top four because you couldn't break down Venezia. That's not decent to me. I'm sorry. Decent to me is not conceding 2 goals away to a Serie B team in a game you must win. I don't think that's decent, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry.
yeah.
No, you go.
Gatti had last year 4 or 5 games where he was extremely good, I feel. 10 games where he was average and 10 games when he was horrible. That's how I feel about last year. And he didn't start good this season. So yeah, I'm extremely worried. And yeah,
somebody who called me out for an entire season on the comment section because I was hard on Gatti all season, put in a comment a couple of days ago and said, "You're right. Wow. Like, you're right. I can see it right now. He's bad." And I don't want to be right. I wish I was wrong on Gatti. And actually, he was fantastic because that's what we need right now. We need that. So I hope he becomes fantastic. But how old is he? 26, 27? Yeah. He's not going to become fantastic anymore. He is who he is. Like, and Kalulu is who he is, and Kelly is who he is. Like, we're not going to improve these players. If you have one of them, for example, and you have 3, 4 strong defenders, it won't stand up that much, if that makes any sense, then yes, I believe Gatti could improve. If, let's say, we had Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzagli at the back and Gatti was out there as well, Gatti will be a much better player because you wouldn't see his deficiencies that much, and actually I think he will improve. But right now, it's impossible because they're all surrounding each other with, well, mediocrity. Like they're not good defenders. Like all of them have extremely obvious flaws. Kalulu loses his head at time. Gatti is rash, and at times he's just all over the place. Um, Kelly, I think he's good, with crossing the box and in the air he's half decent, but he can get at really quickly and easy at him as well. Arugani, he will have a period where it completely collapse, it just collapse, So it is what it is. We're not going to improve these players. A lot of these players are also at the end of their career, or a lot like moving towards the end. Kalulu, no, excuse me, Kelly, uh, Rugani already, and like you can Kostic, like you're not going to change these players who they are. They are who they are. So for Tudor right now, like I don't. Again, he's screwed. Like he's
Yeah.
actually screwed because I made the title of change of formation, but that I think that was needed even before Bremer because it was just not working. Whatever we were doing, it's not working. And now with Bremer out, I mean, I don't see how it's gonna get improved. Like, how is what's not working now going to be better just because Bremer was out? How? It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I saw an article. Yeah, like let's call it an article on Sky Italia or Sky Sport saying that after the Bremer injury, it was yesterday after the it was announced that he needed surgery or they had that test in Lyon, whatever it was. They were saying that, well, he wasn't there against Milan, and you played against a very competitive team, and you kept a clean sheet, so it's not doomsday for Tudor. And the reactions underneath that were like, yeah, stay calm, etc. But I'm like, what about the context of that game where they missed a pen and they missed sitters? Like, doesn't that also count? Doesn't like, I mean, we kept a clean sheet against Milan, and that's fine, but like anyone can do that on any given day, if that makes sense. Pisa can do that
Yeah.
on any given Sunday. Keep a clean sheet. Does that mean that Pisa have a good defense? No, it doesn't. So for Tudor right now, I don't know, man. I think he's in real trouble. We, as well as a fan base, but he is in trouble.
Just feels like it's so random if we gonna be good defensively or bad, or it's just completely random. It depends on the how they wake up in the morning. It's weird.
Yes, Slaughterback is. I don't think he's an option, and like somebody saying, he also had that injury. But yeah, I mean, again, I wake up, I see Kim linked and Skriniar linked. The club is not like that. Those are the newspapers people want me to talk about, and I'll do it. I'll talk about every newspaper. But Bremen didn't get surgery, and Komori was like, you know what, Kim and Skriniar and Tutos was like, oh, see, like it's not the thing. Like it's not realistic what has been reported. They're just gonna need to see whatever, And I saw reports today. And who reported that the Felipe guy, the Bremer replacement got injured. No, he's not the replacement. He was not even getting a single second of game time.
Yep.
He's injured. He's injured. Like it doesn't matter because he wasn't getting playing time. No chance. And I saw somebody saying the Dutch player, for the next gen, we're not going to do that. And it's not fair towards those guys. It's just not fair.
And the Dutch dude, he didn't even play a single minute this year. Not in next gen, not in under 19. So I'm not sure, where is he actually playing.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also not like that's not how it should be working. Like,
yeah.
It was very obvious and clear that this scenario could happen this season. Actually, I think the chances were higher than not. Just using common sense, based on the injury a player had, as a club, you should be like, okay, we need to step in right now, and to step in. And people are like, oh, but Rugani is a good backup, etc. You cannot just move him out. Yes, you can. Ajax were like, you're not even a good enough backup. Leave. That was Ajax. the worst Ajax sides I've ever seen. And I watch a lot of Eredivisie. And they were subbing him off at halftime during Europa League knockout games. It was that bad. And I'm meant to believe that he's a good player for Juve. No, these players come in and you're like, find a club now. Get out. Kostic, get out. Leave. Just leave. Leave. Gatti, you're not getting that deal. You have value. I cannot believe the club is like, it's like I was reading an interview from Marchisio, and he was talking about Locatelli, for example, and he was like, I like Locatelli because he's a Juve fan, he's Italian, and I was like, oh my god, where the hell is this going? And then he was like, but he's also a good player. I'm like, oh, thank God you said that, I guess. Because when it comes to Gatti, it's like, he's a Juve fan, he's from Torino, and he whatever, and he's Italian. So what? Have you watched? Again, I've not watched the Italian national team, but they're horrible. they're bad. I don't even know what that means. He's Italian. What the hell does that even mean? Like, or he's, I don't know, like, or he's I don't know, German, or he's French. I don't, like, what's even, like, I don't get that mindset. I don't get it. But that's how it feels with Gatti, because to this day, I can still not find anyone who can tell me what Gatti is good at. Nobody
Well,
specifically say 1 point. Maybe you can, but nobody can say that to me.
No,
One
he can't
person.
position. He can't head the ball well. He can't jump. He's not fast. Tackling, maybe. He's kind of good at tackling, but yeah. It's. I feel like in Serie B we had a better defense.
I think, yeah.
How did we play against Rimini? My favorite game. Rimini.
Do
Juventus.
I need to look it up? Let me see. It was 1-1.
Yeah. What was the defense there? I need to know.
Let me see. Here we go. The lineup was
Birindelli, Robert Kovac, Boomsong, Chiellini. Yeah, it was better.
Yeah, I mean, and that is with Boomsong in it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh my god, do you want to hear the Rimini lineup? Samir Handanovic. Matri.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Rimini is playing, I don't know, not even Serie D at this point. Birindelli, yeah, he's better. Kovac is better. Boomsong, yeah, that's crazy. And Chiellini, Johnny Kedda, Parro,
Wow.
Marchioni, Nedved, Zalaieta, Del Piero, and Bojinov came in. Crazy.
Balzaretti was on the bench. Wow, only 4-man bench. Whew. It's crazy. Balzaretti is at the Zone, right? Now.
Yeah.
I think I've seen him. Oh.
Are you gone? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you're back. Oh, that's You're getting kicked out every single second. Juventini is hard to be thankful for having a manager that said yes to a shit season like this? No, because I'm not thankful for that. Because he's here and he knew what he was getting into. He asked for a new deal.
Yeah.
He asked for more money. I don't see her, by the way.
Yeah, Yeah, I know, I know. When it happened in the past, I just pressed on the camera button and it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it without him, Norbert, for a sec. But I mean, I'm not, thankful. No, I'm not thankful because he asked for a long-term deal and he got it. Because he didn't want to go into a season with only 1 year left on his deal, etc. So I'm not really thankful for that. But I mean, he's not the guy the club wanted. He's not the guy the new management wanted. I think that's very obvious. The new management wanted somebody else. They tried, it wasn't possible, and that's why I also think they are very they will very quickly intervene if they believe this is going south completely, because they don't really have ties with that manager. They don't really have that type of relationship with Tudor. It's more of a business transaction when it comes to Tudor, in my opinion. So I don't think they. I don't think they have any commitment to them. Someone's saying
Yeah.
Coppola has 60 minutes in the Prem this year, lol. Yeah, I mean, I don't like. Again, like, he was a very cheap option. I'd rather have a Coppola on the team than than others, I guess. But he's also not a fantastic defender. People were losing their mind on him on it last season. I was not losing my mind. I was kind of pissed that I was like, so you're not willing to spend that little budget on him, but you were
Yeah.
willing to spend more money on players who are not significantly better. But I was not sitting there and like, oh my god, we missed on Coppola, because even at Verona, yeah, he was okay, but I was not watching at Coppola and I was like, yeah, that's the guy. I wasn't watching at Coppola and I was like, oh my god, you're gonna change our lives. I wasn't like, I've not seen that from Coppola, but that goes back to, oh, but he's Italian and he's young, get him. Yeah, you get him. He's cheap. He can be a squad player, but he was also not a starter for a serious club. Impossible, just impossible. Like, these are not top level start quality players. It's not even close. They're not good enough to bring you to the top. If you start playing Coppola, then I expect us to finish fourth. Like now, without Bremer, I expect us to finish fourth and fight for fourth place. That's it.
Yeah.
So
He went for how much? 14 mil or something?
very, very, very cheap.
Yeah. That
Very
would have
cheap.
been worth it, to be honest. But yeah, we are Juventus again, and we have defenders like Gatti, Kelly, Kalulu right now who are healthy in the defense. So, and Rugani, I almost forgot. Yeah, sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was checking something. Yeah, I mean, and now we need to figure it out, I guess. And it's up to Tudor to find a solution to it. I'm not sure what the solution is, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. He's out, and like, we could talk about it, but it's done. Like, he's not there anymore, and we knew he was not. We knew it was possible, and now we're in this. Oh my god. No, I was getting a message. I need to respond. Okay, last couple of minutes of the show, last 10 minutes or so, because like I said, off stream, I'm not feeling well. We're going to talk about the Como game, because Como is on Sunday, early kickoff, 12:30. And we need to find a solution or a way to win a game. That's the first away game of the next 3 away games, basically. So Como, Real Madrid, and Lazio. Not an easy place to go to. I think a lot of teams will struggle away to Como because the way they play, because that pitch is horrible to play at as well. Stadium, like, everything is just bad, to play at. It's going to be a tough game. They will play their game. They will come for us, and we need to be ready. I'm not sure what Tudor is going to do, when it comes to obviously that back line, but just in general, the entire team, I have absolutely no clue what is on the board, who's going to play in attack, etc. So What will you do if you were Tudor? After an international break, away to Como, starting a stretch of games that are tough. Like, how will you approach that game?
Put the best team on the field for sure. But I don't know. Como just plays so nice, and yeah, that the pitch is hard to play on against them. We need to play our game for sure. We need to have the ball a lot. Usually we have the ball a lot, but we actually need to score from the chances. And in the back, I don't know. Yeah. To be honest, I think we should not play with 3 men in the back anymore. I think we should try with 2. We wanted to make this change a long time ago. Especially you talked about it a lot, and I think it's time. I think this should be the push for Tudor, to make this change. But then again, I would be afraid of okay, then what's on the sides? Like Cambiasso is not too good, but again, on a 4-man defense, maybe he's gonna be better. Then what? Kalulu Gatti in the middle. That sounds a little scary. And then Kalulu on the right. I don't know.
Will you
But
play with
it might be time. Yeah, with 2.
If he's gonna change, like, because he changed it against Milan, like changed it against Milan for like 20 minutes, 3-5-2, and he said, like, I was happy he called it, that I could have tested something else out. But I mean, is it like, is it ideal to, like, if you play 3-5-2, that means you're gonna ask Yildiz to do something insane, I guess. I don't know. So it's not gonna happen. We tested it out, and I was like, you talked about it, but you're not gonna play a 3-5-2. It makes absolutely no sense, because why did you sign Conceição and Zegrova? Like, what the hell are you gonna ask these guys to do? Like, are they gonna play wingback Yildiz? Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. However, up top, it's like he has players available, but nobody's doing a good job. Like, absolutely nobody. Not Vlahovic when we start in game. Not Openda. Not Jonathan David. Conceição, I think, has been better than last season, but he's been injured as well, so the sample size is not that big. Segrova's not fit. Yildiz is smashing it in for Turkey, I'm seeing. But how are you going to get that front line going? How, like, because it's like Del Piero said, he doesn't know who he needs to pick right now, and that is a massive problem. Excuse me, because even the players, I think, like, he's like, I have options and everybody needs to be ready. I get it, but you cannot flip your strikers every single week. And then it's Openda, then it's David, then it's Vlahovic. Like, even for the players, it's impossible to perform. Like, this is not Sunday league football; it's real football. It's like, it's impossible. When people talk about Openda and stuff, I'm like, it makes no sense what's happening right now. So he's going to need to make a decision, and I have a feeling he's not going to make that decision against Como. He's not going to make it. He's going to do it again. He's going to play Jonathan David maybe, and away to Real Madrid, it's Openda playing. Like, it's going to change again, because the way he speaks, it just screams, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm just going to do until it clicks. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Which is crazy, because he's here for a long time now at this point. He had an entire summer to figure out what is he going to do, and it's not clicking.
Yeah, last season, okay, he didn't have Openda and Jonathan David. I get that, but you got Openda very late. I get it, but it's not a personnel thing right now, in my opinion, because whoever plays is not playing well. So we can talk about, Openda's not good enough, or David's not good enough, or Flav. All three are not good enough to do anything or to look good in a game. Not 1, not 2, 3. You know how insane that sounds.
Yeah.
You have 3 options, and none of them are good enough to look semi-decent when you start a game against any side. Like, even if it's Verona. Like, we're not even talking about not looking decent against Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. Against Verona, for example, none of them look decent. Like, at what point are we going to look at the coach and like, this is bad, because you have 3 options and all of them look bad. So we can talk about the player's quality, and that's fine. But surely you're also part of the problem, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't know. And it feels like there is no plan B. We only have one tactics, and if that doesn't work, then he just throws whoever is still on the bench, and let's see if he works out. And sometimes he got lucky, a few times. But yeah, there is no strategy. There is no ideas. It's either someone scores a nice goal like Yildiz or Constantine, or we're not going to score.
Well, that happens if you have if your players have no outlet up top.
Yeah.
It,
Well, we've
again,
seen it. What happens? Yeah.
2-week break, nothing will change because all of these players were gone. Segrova, I think Konsasawa left as well. I'm not sure, probably. Yildiz left, Vlahovic left, Openda left. Did Jonathan David leave? Not sure if they play football games. But most of them left. So, like, your midfield left. Even Koopmeiners was gone. Locatelli, Thuram, Cambiasso. All these players are gone. So it's not that you had a break to testing things out. No, like nothing to test out. Just come back, and you're probably gonna need to do it all over again. So I mean, he is in trouble. I will be stunned if he changes something. Whatever. Like, again, there are things you can change and things you cannot change. Like bad passes and some players just being completely bad. Cambiasso being bad. Koopmeiners being bad. I think you can really, really change that right now. The way they play. But the overall big picture, whatever we're trying to do right now, it's like he said, there's no identity. We don't win the ball back enough. We don't press well enough as a team. I mean, he's telling us that things are not going well, things that he usually work well for him as when he's a coach at a club, pressing, winning the ball back. And that's completely gone right now. And it's like heavily relying, like you said, on your wingers. Yeah, I mean, he's going to need to figure it out, but I'm not sure how he's going to do that when everybody was away for international football. So, yeah. We will see. People, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of you were watching football, I guess. If it's still going on, I'm not even sure.
Yeah. I was watching the Hungary game with one eye.
Oh, you're watching now. It's 2-2.
It's 2-2. Yeah.
So was like, was that a free kick?
No. It was a well organized attack, and then he just arrived to a ball on the far corner, and then it was empty goal.
Okay.
He just scored.
Serbia won. Did Vlahovic score? No. Oh, he scored.
Hey, maybe that's what we needed. Maybe now he's gonna be amazing.
Kostic.
Maybe a corner or a free kick.
Yeah, I mean, the chances are high, but
yeah.
The chances are high that's a corner. That it could be a corner or a free kick. Let me see. I don't think it's a corner or a free kick.
Wow.
It's just a cross.
Okay, cross stitch.
Yeah.
Then usual.
Cross stitch. So here we go. You have your setup for next week. Tudor's like a student that's good at math. Tudor's a very bad coach.
That's
okay.
Good at math.
If we get Mancini as a coach and Savic in January, we can make champs like one for final and even sneak into semis with Tudor. Yeah, no, not even with Mancini. We're not going to go to the Champions League semis with Savic and Mancini. No, that's not like Savic's not going to fix anything that drastically, nor is Mancini.
When was the last time Mancini had a club job?
I think we looked it up. It's
Yeah,
about
before
7, 8
before
years
the
ago.
Euros. Yeah,
We looked it up. It's a long time ago. And again, I don't think the club wants Mancini long term. So
yeah.
anyways, people, we're gonna wrap this one up. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're rewatching it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then starting tomorrow, we start building up towards Como on Sunday, and then it's Real Madrid and Lazio. It's going now. It's coming fast, and it can escalate really quickly in a positive or a negative way. So let's hope it's somehow a positive way. But right now, yeah, the vibe around the club is a bit depressing, obviously, because Bremer is out, but we will see how we will cope with that. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.